Okay, good morning, students. I hope we are all well. And like I said, we are going to start the class. So, okay. So just hold on, give me a minute. And I'll present the screen to you. Okay. All right, I hope you can see my screen, or you can look at your slide in quizzes. So in this lesson, basically what you're going to do is to go through the PT3 type reading questions. Okay, so you're working through a whole reading paper, and the main objective is to be able to understand and process information from the text. If at any time I'm too fast, please let me know so that I can slow down. Okay, and the other thing is, while doing this, I'm also going to compare your PT3 question with the Form 4 or your SPM format later, when the one that you're going to take later when you are in Form 5. Okay, so I'm going to compare the PT3 questions as well to the CFR aligned SPM new format. All right, so let's start. So before you're able to answer or to sit for a test, it is important that you know the format of the test. Okay, so this question should be easy for you to answer since you have taken PT3 reading paper many times already before this. Okay, or PT3 type reading paper many times already before this. So how many parts are there in the PT3 reading paper? Okay, one person didn't know. Rabuya, you didn't know. Ouch, nobody got it correct. Okay, I guess you don't remember anything at all about tests since you have not sat for the test for quite a while. All right, that's fine. But for information, the PT3 reading paper has 5 parts. If you have forgotten, please refer to your full test paper in, I think we sit for one in March this year, or you can refer to the one last year. Okay, end of last year, at the end of Form 2, you have sat for a full paper, so you can refer to that for the full format. All right, and we have worked on a few drills as well in class before school was closed, so you should know. Okay, so there are 5 parts. So what happened is, in the first part, it is 3 option multiple choice short text question, and this is similar to part 1 in the CFR aligned SPM paper, which will be the SPM paper you'll be sitting for in 2022. Okay, so there are 3 options multiple. So basically, this is a 3 option multiple choice questions, and for SPM, it's I can say it's exactly the same format, except that the level would be a bit more difficult. All right, so are you ready for the first question? Okay, no one responded, so I assume everyone is ready. Okay, so here it goes. I've set it as 2 minutes for you to answer the question, but in the exam, there's you have to answer in a much shorter time frame. Okay, so what you can do is you can click on the plus sign, the zoom in sign, or you can look at the screen. So this is the question of the stimulus. It says science fair. Meet our young scientist. Date 25th April 2019. Time 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Venue SMK Taman Tasik. Entry fee 2 ringgit for children and teenagers, or 5 ringgit for adults. Activities, coloring, seeing new inventions, joining fun science experiments, being a young scientist, and many more. Don't miss out. So that is the text. Okay, the question said science fair. Then you have to complete this sentence. Science fair. You have 3 options here. It's only for scientists, it's for all age groups, or has only 5 activities. Okay, click on the answer. You have 60 seconds left. Hong Yong, Rabuya, and Yeze, please answer the question. Rabuya, Hong Yong, and Yeze, please answer the question. Come on, Hong Yong, Rabuya, 30 seconds left. All right, good. So we are left with Rabuya. Rabuya, are you still with us? Okay, oh, you are in. All right, you have used a different account. Okay, so I guess all of you have done. That's good. Okay, Sylvia, Shafi, and Ken Ho moved up. All right, so only 3 of you got it correct. It's for all age groups. Now, I'm going to explain why the first and the last options are not correct. Number 1, if you notice, the text said for children and teenagers, for adults. So this means it is not only for scientists. Therefore, the first option is wrong. Okay, the second option said is for all age groups. And that part, the one I've just read, for children, 2 ringgit for children and teenagers, 5 ringgit for adults. Children, teenagers, and adults, referring to people of all age group. Right? So the second option is correct. The third option said has only 5 activities. If you look at the question, if you look at the text, it said and many more. Right, it gives you coloring, seeing new inventions, joining fun science experiments, being a young scientist. So these are only 4 activities. And they put down there and many more. And many more means that there are a lot of other activities as well. So not only 5. So therefore, the first and the last options are not correct. Only the second option is for all age groups is correct. Okay? So let's look at the next question. I need to go a bit fast. If not, you cannot finish the class on time later. Right. The Meet Alpha Robot event lasts for a fortnight, is organizing only language activities, will be located at all Fabi Horman malls in Malaysia. Let's look at what the notice said. Meet Alpha the Robot, your homework buddy, date 3rd to 16 June 2019, venue Fabi Horman Mall Puchong, activities meet and greet Alpha the Robot, quizzes, crossword puzzles, lucky draw, guess and win game, Wheel of Fortune. Many prizes and cash to be won. So what is your answer? The Meet Alpha Robot event lasts for a fortnight, is organizing only language activities, or will be located at all Harvey Horman malls in Malaysia. Okay. Darren, Shafika, Yetze, you better be quick. And Rabuya. Oh, Rabuya have done it as well. Rabuya, why do you have so many accounts? Alright, Shafika. Shafika, we are left with you. What you do is you do not switch off your, you do not close your quizzes. Otherwise, you'll need to keep on signing in again. Okay? Alright, looks like everyone has answered. Okay, let's look at your answer. Kyung Ho and move up. Good. Okay, very good. Most of you got it correct. Yes, it lasts for a fortnight. I'm going to explain why. If you count the date from the 3rd to 16th of June, that is 14 days, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks or 14 days means a fortnight. Alright, so therefore the first answer option is correct. Second answer option said is organizing only language activities. If you notice, the text said, meet and greet Alpha, the robot. This is not a language activity. Quizzes may or may not be an English language activity. Lucky draw is definitely not a language activity. Wheel of Fortune is definitely not a language activity. So therefore, the second option is wrong. Okay, the third option said all Harvey Horman malls in Malaysia. If you look at the notice, it said Harvey Horman Mall, Puchong. So it's only one particular mall in Puchong, not throughout Malaysia. Okay, so therefore only the first answer option is correct. The other two are wrong. All right, next question. In the email, we know that Amanda wants to buy Stephen a new camera, needs a new camera for her science project, needs Stephen's opinion for her science project. Okay, look at the text. To stephenandrews@gmail.com, from amandadrew@yahoo.com. Subject a new camera. Hi Stephen, are you free this Friday? I would like you to accompany me to buy a new camera for my science project. You are an expert in cameras and I would appreciate your opinion to help and choose. Hope to hear from you soon, Amanda. So, looks like all of you have answered. Okay, all of you have answered. Very good. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Right, traffic has moved up. Okay, only 2 of you got it correct. Good that no one put down option number 1, which is definitely wrong. Now, why do you say Amanda needs Stephen's opinion for her science project? No, she doesn't need her opinion for the science project. She needs her opinion for the camera. If you look at it, it says, you are an expert in cameras and I would appreciate your opinion to help me choose. So Amanda actually wants Stephen's opinions on the camera, not on the science project. So therefore, the third answer option is wrong. Okay, the second answer option said, Amanda needs a new camera for her science project, which is correct because from the email it said, I would like you to accompany me to buy a new camera for my science project. So you know that Amanda needs a new camera for her science project and she's asking Stephen to go with her to help her choose. So she wants Stephen's opinion on the camera, not on the science project. So therefore the correct answer is the second option, not the third option. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next question. Mrs. Drew is texting Samantha to ask her to return the media room or radio, find her for being late to return the radio, send the radio to the dance club members. You will see later that all these answer options are very close, so please think carefully. Mrs. Drew. Samantha, I would like to inform you that your time to borrow our radio has been overdue. You will have to pay 5 ringgit as a fine. Please return the radio to the media room as soon as possible. The dance club needs to use it this Sunday. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, so what do you think is the answer? All right. For this question, you will need to be able to identify the main purpose of Mrs. Andrew texting Samantha. Okay? You're looking for the main purpose of Mrs. Andrew texting Samantha. Okay, Danielle, good morning. You've just joined us and you're late for class, so please click on the quizzes link in the chat. Go on to quizzes and you're good to go. Okay, we are halfway through already. Okay, I'm not really halfway through. We are at the third question. If you're in now, you can answer the third question and you have 30 seconds left to answer. Can you make it? Okay, I guess not. 10 seconds left. Okay. Sylvia's move up. Good. Let's see. Mrs. Andrew is texting Samantha to ask her to return the media room radio. Very good. That is the main purpose. If you notice, the first sentence of the message itself said, I would like to inform you that your time to borrow our radio has been overdue. Please return the radio. The third line said, please return the radio to the media room. So that is the main purpose of this text message. It is to ask her to return the media room radio. All right, and while telling her that, she told, or Mrs. Drew also told Samantha that there will be a fine of 5 ringgit for being late. Okay? So, but that is not the main purpose, right? The second answer option is not the main purpose. It is not to tell her that, okay, you have to pay 5 ringgit because you did not return the radio on time. That is not the main purpose. The main purpose is to ask her to return the radio. Okay? And the last answer option is totally wrong. Luckily, none of you chose it. Mrs. Drew did not ask Samantha to send it to the dance club members. In fact, she asked Samantha to send it to the media room. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next question. Daniel, I hope you're joining us in quizzes as well. Hidayah wrote the message to ask Arfa to meet her in class tomorrow, scold Arfa for leaving her laptop in her car, inform Arfa that she left her laptop in the car. Dear Arfa, you accidentally left your laptop in my car yesterday evening. Don't worry, it's safe with me. I'll bring it to class tomorrow. Hidayah. So why did Hidayah wrote the message? Okay, we are waiting for 2 more responses and we are good to go. Darren, Boone, and Rabuya, please respond. Okay, good, Rabuya. All right, very good. Looks like all of you can answer this in time. Okay, Kyunghwa has moved up. Good. Let's see. Very good. All of you got it correct, so I will not discuss this question. Okay? So let's move on to the next question. Ashar sent an email to Hasrul to invite him to his new apartment, to inform him that he has moved to a new apartment, to invite him to Kuala Lumpur city centre. Okay? So what is Ashar's purpose of sending the email to Hasrul? Alright, ashar@gmail.com, hasrul@gmail.com, just move. Hi Hasrul, it has been a while. It has been a long time since we last met. Guess what? I just moved to a new apartment in the city. It's just a stone's throw away from Kuala Lumpur city centre. Are you still living in Kampong Baru? Maybe we could meet up for lunch one of these days. Hope to hear from you soon, Ashar. Okay? So what is Asa's purpose of sending the email to Hasrul? Alright, the left is 3 or 2. Yezi? Yezi, we are waiting for your answer. Okay, very good. All in. Very good, Rabuya. You have moved up the leaderboard. Alright, so I'll need to discuss this. Okay, why did Asa send the email to Hasrul? If you look at it, it just said, just move. Look at the subject itself, it put just move. So you know that Asa is trying to tell Hasrul that he has just moved. Okay? And if you look at the third sentence, it said, I just moved to a new apartment in the city. So Asa's purpose of sending the email is to tell Hasrul that he has just moved to a new apartment. Asa did not invite Hasrul to the new apartment. Asa said, come to my apartment soon. No, right? Asa did not say, maybe you could meet up at my apartment for lunch one of these days. There's no mention of Asa asking Hasrul to go to his apartment. Okay, there is no mention of that. Right? He closed it with, maybe we could meet up for lunch one of these days. But you don't have to meet up for lunch at your own new apartment. So Asa did not invite Hasrul to his new apartment. Okay, he just wanted to tell Hasrul that, yay, I'm living here, do come and see me. Or maybe we could meet up one day. He did not say, do come and see me. He said, maybe we could meet up for lunch one of these days. Okay, so therefore, the first answer to invite him to his new apartment is wrong. This is a tricky question. It is not a trick question. It is tricky because you need to really read and understand the text. Why is Asa writing the email to Hasrul? What is his main intention? He did not invite him to the new apartment. He just wants to inform him that he has moved to a new apartment. He just want to tell Asa that, Asa just want to tell Hasrul that, hey, see, I moved to a new apartment. Okay? And luckily, none of you choose the last answer option. That's good, right? So let's move on to the next question. Based on the excerpt above, the moon rotates at its own axis, the earth orbits the moon at its own axis. We can see the dark side of the moon from earth. Okay, it's quite a long excerpt, so I'll read it for you. Please believe it or not, the dark side of the moon. While the moon orbits the earth, it still rotates on its own axis and at a speed that keeps the same side facing the earth at all times. The dark side of the moon perception is a confused interpretation of the same side of the moon always facing earth. If you look into the sky from earth, you will see the same side of the moon that every other human has looked at since the beginning of time. It was not until space travel that we were able to view the mysterious far side of the moon. Okay? So what is the answer? Please read the answer option carefully, okay? Which one is correct? Alright, Darren, Rafika, Sylvia, Yetze. May I know who is King Kong?
It's me.
So who are you? Daniel, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Alright, Shafika, Yetze. Yetze? Are you still there, Yetze? Alright, good. All in. Okay, I need to explain this question. Only 5 of you got it correct. Okay, let's see how to explain this. If you see it said, while the moon orbits the earth. it still rotates on its own axis. So it here referring to the moon. The moon still rotates on its own axis. The moon rotates on its own axis. So therefore, the first answer option is correct. The Earth orbits the moon at its own axis. It's wrong because it should be the other way around. If you look at the text, the first sentence says, the moon orbits the Earth, not the Earth orbits the moon. Okay? And basically, this is a basic science knowledge or scientific fact that you should have learned in your science class in primary school already. Okay, the third, we can see the dark side of the moon from Earth. Okay, if you look at somewhere in the middle of the excerpt, it said, okay, wait. Somewhere at the beginning it said that keeps the same side facing the Earth at all times, so same side. The dark side of the moon perception is a confused interpretation of the same side of the moon always facing the Earth. If you look into the sky from Earth, you will see the same side of the moon. So the same side of the moon here, referring to the side that faces a human, not the dark side. Okay? The dark side referring to the side that did not face human, did not face the Earth. It was not until space travel that we were able to view the mysterious far side. So the mysterious far side here is another paraphrase for the word dark side. Okay, it was not until space travel that we were able to view the dark side of the moon. So it means that you can only see the dark side of the moon from space. You cannot see it from the Earth. Okay, therefore the third answer option is wrong. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, this is your last question for part 1. The house for sale has a fixed price, only has one floor, is well equipped with furniture. So let's look at the notice. A brand new semi-detached house. Interested? Contact Mr. Liu at 012-345-6789. At Taman Elmina in Bandar Tasek, Permaisuri, Shiraz. Price 900,000 ringgit, negotiable. Size 40 x 70 feet. Features 2-story, 6 rooms and 4 toilets. Fully furnished, ample garden space, beautiful scenery. House for sale. Okay? So what's your answer? Okay, we have a few more. Okay, good. Good. You are waiting for 2 more. Alright. Okay, very good. King Kong has finally responded. Okay. Okay, Tin Ho has moved up. Aha, looks like most of you got tricked. Okay, I'm going to explain the answer then. 900, okay, look at this price, 900,000 ringgit Malaysia, negotiable. Did you see the word negotiable after the price? Negotiable means that the price can be negotiated. So if you are a buyer and you're interested in buying this house, you can negotiate the price with the owner. Okay, so let's say, of course, as a buyer, you want it to be cheaper than 900,000. So you might say, okay, I'll offer you 800,000 ringgit for the house. So of course, the other party will say, the seller will say, all right, 800,000 is too low. Why not 850,000? If you think that price is good, they say, okay, deal. So you are able to change the price if you can, bargain. You can basically bargain with the owner. Okay, so therefore the price is not fixed at 900,000 because of the word negotiable. At the back of it, it means that you can bargain the price. Okay, so therefore the first answer option is wrong. The house for sale does not have a fixed price. The price can be negotiated. Okay, I'll explain why the third answer is correct. And okay, if you look at it, it said here two-story. Two-story means that there are two floors. So therefore, the second answer is wrong. And if you notice, it said fully furnished. Fully furnished means that it is equipped with furniture. Okay, it is well equipped with furniture. Now, houses can be on sale as a partially furnished, a fully furnished, or a non-furnished premise. If it is not furnished, it means that it's an empty house. There are no furniture inside. If it is partially furnished, it means that you have some of the furniture inside, but not all of them. For example, you might have the built-in wardrobe, but you do not have the bed. That is a partially furnished house. A fully furnished house means that you have all the furniture, all the necessary furniture inside. Okay, so therefore the third answer is well equipped with furniture is correct. Okay, because of the word fully furnished. Okay, let's move on to part 2. So part 2 of the reading paper consists of error correction questions. This is not the same as the SPM paper, the new SPM paper, because in the new SPM paper, you do not have error correction, but instead, you have 4-option multiple choice closed passage. So, you have a text with certain words being blanked out, and then you need to choose the correct word to fill in the blank, right? And this is actually more difficult than error correction. Why? Because normally the choice of the word is not as easy as the one that you get for error correction. So basically this part tests you on your grammatical and lexical knowledge, but basically it's more like grammar knowledge because you're looking at error here. Okay? So what you need to do is read the text and correct the underlined errors. For each question, type the correct word in the space provided. So I'm going to give you the whole text first. Take some time to read it. Maybe I'll ask someone to read it for us. Any volunteers? Anyone would like to help us read this? All right, we'll ask Daniel to read it for us. Daniel, read it. Don't correct the error first. Just read through.
Okay. Mobile phones are one of the greatest inventions that make life easier. However, mobile phone could also affecting your body and health in many ways. Looking at your phone right before bed can disturb your much needed slumber. The short wavelength and high blue light that your smart device emits boosts your attention during the day, but at night the light can inhibit the production for melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. To avoid this negative side effect, make a habit of not use your phone for at least 30 minutes before you sleep. Mobile phones today also have function to reduce blue light emission. Next, mobile phones are crawling on germs, 10 times what you would finding on most toilets, as said by Charles Gerber, a microbiologist. You must wipe out phone down daily with a gadget-friendly antibacterial wipe or a microfiber cloth to avoid yourself from disease.
All right, very good. Thank you, Daniel.
Welcome.
Okay, don't worry if you cannot remember the words underlined because I'll repeat it later in the session. All right. So what you need to do is to correct the word that's being underlined. So for example, the first one, the one with the 0 here, mobile phones are one of the greatest invention that make life easier. What is wrong with this is the word invention is in the singular form. If you notice, the word after that said make, so that's one clue showing that this is a plural. The word make is a plural verb. So therefore, you need a plural subject, inventions, with the S. The other clue is the word one of the greatest. When you have one of the, The noun there should be a plural noun. One of what? So one of the students in Form 3. Okay, so the word students must be in plural. So same concept, one of the greatest inventions must be in a plural form. So what you need to do is to type out the word invention and put an S. Okay, write out the word invention and add the S behind it. So make sure you spell it correctly because wrong spelling means it is wrong. Okay, so let's look at number 9, blank number 9. Type out your answer, yeah? However, mobile phone could also affecting your body and health in many ways. So what is the correct word? You have 60 seconds for this question. Okay, the clue is in the word could. To correct this error, you need to look at the word could. Okay. 3 more to go. Good. Who's left? Darren Boone. Darren Boone. Are you there, Darren? Okay, sorry, time's up. Alright, good. Hong Yong has moved up, so most probably got it correct. Okay, that's right. 5 of you managed to get it correct. The word affect. Why affect? Because the word could is a modal verb, and I've told you many times already, after modal verbs like can, could, must, should, and so on, or will, would, you would need to use the base form of the word. The base form means the original form, the one without any ing, es, s, ed, whatever. Okay, it must be the original form of the word. Right, the base form of the verb. So the base form of the verb affecting is to minus the ing, and you get the word affect. Okay, let's see if I can see what's the wrong answer. All right, Rabuya is not affected because affected is adding ed. So that is not the base form of the verb. Okay, the same goes with Shafika as well. And yes, the word affects comes with the s. Nope, it is not because of the word could. So after the word could, you can only fill in with the base form of the verb. You can only use the base form of the verb. There is basically no exception to this rule. Okay, so remember, after modal verb, always use the base form of the verb. Okay, so let's move on. Looking at your phone right before bed can disturb you much needed slumber. You don't actually need to know what the word slumber means to answer this question. But if you need to know, the word slumber means sleep. S-L-E-E-P. Okay, slumber means sleep. It's another word for the word sleep. Right? So let's see. Okay, is there many more? Okay, so the clue is in the word slumber. Okay, 2 more. Or 1 more. Yes, sir? You better be quick. Sorry, you're not in time. Time's up. Okay, Shafiq has moved up. Very good, Shafiq. Okay, 4 of you got it correct. That's the answer, is yaw. Why yaw can disturb your much needed slumber? Why is it yaw? Because the word slumber is a noun Okay? Like I said, word slumber means sleep. It is a noun. It is not used as a verb in this case. And before the noun, you will need to put in the possessive pronoun your, not the subject you. Okay? So let's see what are the wrong answer. Okay, us is definitely wrong. Yours, no, it's definitely wrong as well. Us. Okay, yeah, us and yours are definitely wrong. If you want to put our much needed slumber, that is possible, but you can't because of the word your at the beginning of the sentence. And the first part of the sentence is looking at your phone right before that can disturb our much needed slumber. It's not making any sense because there's inconsistency in the pronouns. Okay? And the word yours is not used this way. Right? Yours, it's a different type of possessive pronoun that you use when you say like, okay, for example, I ask, whose book is this? It is yours. It is mine. Right? You use it to replace the noun itself. You do not use it before the noun. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next question. The short wavelength and bright blue light that your smartphone emits boost your attention during and day, but at night, Alright, the clue here is the word during and day. During what day? This is quite easy actually because to replace and, there are only a few other words that you can use. I can only think of 2 words that you can use to replace the word day, and the other one is obviously wrong. Okay, there's only 2 words that you can use to replace the word and. And is an article. So think of what other articles that you can use. Sylvia, we're waiting for your answer. Alright, good. And time's up. Wow. Most of you got it wrong. Only one person got it correct. That's right, the answer is the. Okay? Boost your attention during the day. Okay? Day here means, PM, siang, hari siang. It doesn't mean one day itself, right? It means the bright part of that day. So it's during the day. Right, so replace and with article the, that's correct. And day is definitely wrong. Let's see what are all the other wrong answers. Alright, a lot of you notice that you cannot use and, you use a. But like I said, if you said during a day, it is not making any sense because you're not just talking about any day and you're not just talking about the whole day in general. You're talking about the bright part of the day. So the bright part of the day, you call it the day. Okay, during the day. How do we know that? Because this particular writer is contrasting the word day with the word night. Okay, so, all right. And Sylvia is definitely not on. You cannot say during on day. How can it be on? Right, during is already a preposition. You do not use another preposition after the word during. Okay? So let's move on. But at night, the light can inhibit the production for melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. The word is not for, that is the wrong preposition. So what preposition can you use? If you cannot correct the error immediately, try to think of another context. Production, blank something. Maybe something that you know. Maybe you can think about maybe the production, the milk, blank there, production blank milk, or production tire, tire production, so production what tire. Think of it that way. So that may help you with answering this question. Come with an extra person. Oh, Amirul has finally joined us. Good morning, Amirul. Alright, Amirul and King Kong, are you in time to answer this question? Okay, King Kong, yes, Amirul, no. Sorry, Amirul, time's up. Okay, let's see. King Ho, Sylvia has moved up, Rabuya has moved up, good. Ouch. 5 of you got it wrong, 4 correct, but at least that's 4 who got it correct. That's right. The correct preposition is of, the production of melatonin. So we can talk about the production of milk, the production of tire, the production of something. Okay? So let's see what are the wrong answer. You don't say production to melatonin, that's definitely wrong, King Kong. Production produce melatonin. How can the production produce melatonin? Right? The production, the melatonin, okay, that's definitely wrong as well. You do not replace it with an article. 2, okay, I've explained. 2 is also definitely wrong. Production to melatonin, no. Okay, it doesn't make sense. All right. Sometimes for grammar, all right, sometimes to correct the error, you will really need to read a lot so that you are able to have this grammar knowledge behind your head without having to memorize all the grammar rules. Because it's actually impossible to memorize all the grammar rules when you learn a language, especially language like English, because there are quite a lot of exceptions to the rules, and then there are too many grammar rules out there for you to remember actually. So the best way is not to learn the grammar rules, except for obvious rules like after modal verb, you use the base form of the verb. Okay, except for rules like that. Apart from that, it's better for you to read a lot. If you read a lot of, I don't know, maybe newspapers, storybooks, novel, if you read a lot, you will realize that you cannot use the word for in this case. Nobody said the production for what. Okay, unless you say it's the production for a certain company or a production for somebody. Okay, but if you're talking about melatonin production or tire production or Maggie mee production, then you said the production of that particular product. Okay? All right, moving on. To avoid this negative side effect, make a habit of not use your phone for at least 30 minutes before you sleep. A lot of you might think this is correct, but actually it is not. Okay? Please look at the word off. Make a habit of You should realize that after the word off, you normally don't use a verb. You will use a noun. So how can you change the word use to a noun? And you cannot use the word usage because usage is definitely wrong. So okay, I'll give you another clue. To change use to a noun, you're actually changing it to a gerund. How to change it to a gerund? I'll tell you in a while when time is up. Okay. Okay, Shafiq and Darren has moved up. Good. Right. This is how you change it to a gerund. By adding ing. Make a habit of not using your phone for at least 30 minutes before you sleep. So the answer is using. Let's see what are the wrong answer. Okay, so gerund is a type of noun. So to change your verb to a noun or into a gerund, you just add the ing form. Make is definitely wrong. You do not replace with a different word. Okay, used with a D, this is not changing to a noun. You're actually making it worse. Of not for your phone. For is definitely wrong because you do not say of for is like weird. You don't use a preposition after another preposition, especially in cases like this. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay, users is definitely wrong. Users is still a verb. It's not a noun. It's not a gerund. Okay, so this error or this part of the speech here requires you to put a gerund, and to change a verb into a gerund, you add ing. All right, in case you do not know what's a gerund, you can go and Google it up. It's spelled as Gerund. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Next, mobile phones are crawling on germs. Okay, so on here is a preposition. You replace it with another preposition. And just to give you a clue, this is a phrasal verb. Okay, this is a phrasal verb. Okay, good. Have one more. Amirul? You're waiting for your answer, Amirul? Sorry, time's up. Ouch! Only one person got it correct. Okay. Like I said, Sylvia, you replace this with a preposition. The is definitely not a preposition. Alright, very good. Shafika, you're the only one who got it correct. It is with. Right, mobile phones are crawling with germs. Oh, that's a new response. Amirul said in. Okay, it's definitely not in. And it's definitely not for. It's definitely not to. Alright, I'm going to tell you what the phrasal verb crawling with germs means. Okay? So what you can do is you can go onto Cambridge Dictionary. If you can see the screen now, you can go back to the Google Meet screen. I'm showing you on Google Meet screen. Okay, if you can go onto Cambridge Dictionary, you can search for the word crawling or crawl with. Right, what do we mean by crawling with? Okay, you have the word crawl. Right, what does the word crawl means? And this is what we meant by a phrasal verb. Crawling with something means completely covered with or full of a particular type of thing. So after the bomb scare, the airport was crawling with police. Like in your case, the mobile phone was crawling with germs. It means that the mobile phone was completely covered with germs or is full of germs. Okay? So this is a phrasal verb. It's very hard to tell you why the preposition is with and it's not something else, apart from telling you that because it is a phrasal verb. And how do you know which phrasal verb to use? Again, you need to read a lot. If you don't read enough, you do not know how words are being put together. Okay? So you said crawling with something to means that it is covered with something. Right? So therefore, the answer is crawling with germs. Okay, to mean that the mobile phones are covered with germs. Okay, I admit this is a difficult question. Okay, let's move on. Ten times what you would finding on most toilets. You should get this correct. The clue is in the word would, W-O-U-L-D. So what word is would? All of you should get this correct. I've explained this just now, like way earlier. In the, I think the first error they have corrected, I've already explained this. Yep, the first error they have corrected, I've already explained these rules. It's exactly the same thing. Okay? Rabuya, King Kong, and Ramiro, please respond. This is a very easy question. You can memorize these rules. Okay, time's up. King Kong and Ramiro, why are you not in time? Okay, Rabuya has moved up. Good, Rabuya. Very good. Only one person got it wrong. That's right. The answer is fine, because after the word would, which is a modal verb, you use the base form of the verb. So it's fine. Not finding. Let's see what's the wrong answer. Found. Okay. Shafika, found is a past tense form of the verb find. Right? Found is a past tense form of the verb find. So you do not say found. Would found? No. Like I said, base form of the verb, the original form of the verb is find. F-I-N-D, not found. Okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, this should be the last question. You must wipe your phone. Okay, sorry. You must wipe our phone down daily with a gadget-friendly antibacterial wipe or microfiber cloth to prevent diseases. Right, you must wipe our phone down with a gadget-friendly antibacterial wipe or a microfiber cloth to prevent diseases. You said you must wipe our phone down. I've also mentioned these rules earlier when we are looking at another question. The clue is in the word you. Okay, the pronoun you. Yep, all done. Very good. Anyone got it wrong? Okay, no changes in the top 5. Very good. Most of you get it correct. Yes, the answer is your. You must wipe your phone down daily. You must wipe your phone, not our. Consistency in the pronouns. You, your. Okay, let's see what the wrong one said. You must wipe my phone down. Okay, Darren, are you going to come over to my house and help me wipe my phone? No, right? So you wipe your own phone. You don't go and wipe other people's phone. Okay, Darren? Your answer is not consistent. Okay, mine, it wouldn't be consistent with the word you. The same as our. Our is wrong because it's not consistent with the word you. Okay? Alright, so that's all for part 2. Now we are moving on to part 3. Part 3 is information transfer. It is similar to part 5 in the new SPM paper. The only difference is in terms of the level, okay, the language level, as well as the number of questions, right? In SPM paper, there are only 4 questions on information transfer. The other 4 questions will be on matching. Whereas in your paper, there are, I think, 8 questions, information transfer and count. Yep, 8 questions. Okay, so we have all 8 questions on information transfer. There is no matching in your case. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Before that, let us read the text. Anyone would like to help me read this? Rabuya, would you mind helping us read this text? Rabuya, can you read this? Rabuya?
I cannot see.
You cannot see the screen?
Yeah, your screen is freeze.
Oh, okay, sorry. Ouch, no wonder. I just now explained to blanks. Okay, sorry. Can you see this now?
Wait.
Really sorry, I forgot to change it back.
Tak jelas.
Can you click on or can you see it in your own quizzes? Okay, yes. Hong Yong said yes, you can see it on your own quizzes. So Rabuya, are you able to read this?
No.
No? Okay. Maybe I'll change to Hong Yong then. Hong Yong, can you read this? Hong Yong? Oh, Hong Yong said you can't, you're using your computer. Okay. What about Trafika? Trafika, are you able to help us read this? Trafika? No, you can't. Okay, last person I'll call. Any volunteers? If not, we'll ask Kyung Ho. Can you help us read this, Kyung Ho? Kyung Ho? Okay.
Hello?
Yep. You can start.
Neil Armstrong was a NASA astronaut who was most famous for being the first person to walk on the moon on July 20, 1969. Armstrong was born in Wapakoneta, Ohio on August 5, 1930. His parents were Stephen Koenig Armstrong and Viola Louis Angel. Armstrong was a naval aviator from 1949 to 1952 and served in the Korean War. Armstrong got a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering for Purdue University in 1955. He then received a Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering from the University of Southern California in 1970. As a NASA test pilot, Armstrong flew the X-15, a rocket-powered, missile-shaped aircraft that tests the limits of high-altitude flight. He flew more than 200 different aircraft, from jets to gliders and even helicopters. Apollo 11 was the space flight that landed Neil Armstrong on the moon. It lifted off from Florida's Cape Canaveral in sight of vast crowds of people who camped there to watch the launch on July 16, 1969. The crew journeyed to the moon for 4 days, arriving on July 20. Armstrong explored the surface during a moonwalk that lasted for 2 hours and 36 minutes. He collected 22 kilograms of material from the surface of the moon, including 50 moon rocks, as well as developing experiments
Deploying.
and deploying experiments and planting the United States of America flag. Neil Armstrong retired from NASA in 1971 and remained active in aerospace community. Although he chose to keep mostly out of the public spotlight, Armstrong died in August 25, 2012 at the age of 82. On August 7, 2012, 2 days after Armstrong turned 82 years old, he underwent coronary bypass surgery. Complications from that surgery resulted in his death in August 25, 2012.
Alright, for date, you read it as August 25th, not 25. Okay, August 25th, 2012. Alright, and the other word is the word journey. Journeyed is pronounced as journey. Okay, apart from that, very good, Kyung Ho. I like your reading. You have a very natural rhythm and intonation. Okay, so let's move on to the question. So what you need to do is choose no more than 3 words. This is very important. You cannot use more than 3 words. So it means that you can use 1 word, 2, or 3, maximum 3. No more than 3 words and or a number from the text for each answer. What does and or a number means is that the word here includes numbers. So you can have like 2 numbers, 1 word, 1 number, 1 word, 1 number, 2 words, that's fine. So the number there is counted as part of the word as well. Okay, no more than 3 words and or a number from the text for each answer. So later what you need to do is to type the correct word in the space provided. Remember, no more than 3 words. Don't worry, I will put the relevant part of the text in the question again. Okay? So do you have any questions so far? Okay, no question. Right, I'll move on. Okay, here's the first question. Name the first man on the moon. The text is here. Neil Armstrong was a NASA astronaut who was most famous for being the first person to walk on the moon on July 20, 1969. Armstrong was born in Wapakoneta, Ohio on August 5, 1930. His parents were Stephen Connick Armstrong and Viola Louis and Joe. So, who is the first man to walk on the moon? Name the first man on the moon. Okay? I'm making it simpler for you by extracting the relevant paragraph. So name the first man on the moon. Who is it? Okay. Hong Yong and Darren, you're waiting for your answers. Hong Yong and Darren. Okay, Darren, you better be quick. For a question like this, right, you actually just need less than 1 minute to find the answer. But I'm giving you 2 minutes in case you have a problem with your internet, in case you have a problem reading the text or typing it out, and so on. Okay, so name the first man on the moon. Darren, quick. We're all waiting for you. Okay, Darren. Sorry, you're not in time. Okay, let's see. Sylvia's move up. Good. Very good. Most of you correct except for one. That's the answer, Neil Armstrong. Let's see what the wrong person said. Looks like all correct, man. Neil Armstrong. Okay, Shafiq. Look at your spelling. It's Neil Armstrong without the S, not Niels Armstrong. Okay, Shafiq? That's why you got it wrong. All right, Neil Armstrong. So for name of a person, it is very important to get the spelling correct. Basically, it's very important to get the spelling correct because sometimes when you get the spelling wrong, then your answer is wrong. Okay? But especially so for names. All right, let's move on to the next question. Place of birth. Neil Armstrong was a NASA astronaut who was most famous for being the first person to walk on the moon on July 20th, 1969. Armstrong was born in Wapakoneta, Ohio on August 5th, 1930. His parents were Stephen Connick Armstrong and Viola Louis Angel. So, what is his place of birth? Armstrong, place of birth. If you're on Quiz's screen, you can click on the plus sign to zoom into the text. Okay, you can click the plus sign to zoom into the text. Okay. We are waiting for 1, 2, 3, 3 more answers. No, 2 more answers. Yezi and Hong Yong. Alright, Yezi. Let's turn up the volume of the music. Okay, Yezi. We are waiting for your answer. Alright, very good. Okay. Hold in. Okay, very good. Yes, let's move on. Ouch. I thought this is a very easy question. Only 2 got it correct. What's wrong with the rest? That's a complete answer. Wapakoneta, Ohio. Okay, Sylvia, I see the problem. It's the problem with the spacing. Alright, so basically if this is a written test, you're also getting it correct because we are not taking into account spacing actually. But because for this particular quizzes, I've typed in the answer with the space, the standard answer. So Sylvia, you actually got it correct as well. Shafiq, please read carefully. It's Ohio, not Chio. So Chio is definitely wrong. It's a different place already altogether. Only Amiro got the standard answer. I think okay. Darren Boone, place of birth. July 20 is not a place, that is a date. Chua Tiong Ho, same thing as well. Question said place, not date. Please differentiate that. Okay, Rabuya, yours is correct as well, except for the spacing. That's why you got it wrong in the quizzes lesson just now. But, in the quiz just now, you got it wrong, but actually it's correct. Okay, you just miss out the space. Shafika, okay, your problem is the comma is missing. But basically, I can accept this answer as well. It's correct. King Kong Wapa Koneta, okay. That is the correct answer as well. Hong Yong, August 5th, 1930 is not the place, that is a date. That's why you got it wrong. Okay, Yezi. Wapakoneta, Ohio. That's correct. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Now we are looking at date of birth. Alright, date of birth. Neil Armstrong was a NASA astronaut who was most famous for being the first person to walk on the moon on July 20th, 1969. Armstrong was born in Wapakoneta, Ohio on August 5th, 1930. His parents were Stephen Connick Armstrong and Viola Louise Angel. So what is his date of birth? We are looking at date now, huh? Date of birth. Okay, very good. All in. Nice. Okay, Rabuya, let's move up. Good, Rabuya. Ouch. 6 of you got it incorrect. What's wrong? Okay, that's the answer. August 5th, 1930. Okay, correct. 20th July 1969, Amirul is the date that he walked on the moon. It is not his date of birth. Okay, look at that. First person to walk on the moon on July 20th, 1969. That is the date that he walked on the moon. And he can't be walking on the moon on the day that he was born. Okay, Amirul. Chapika, same as well. 20th July 1969 is the date that he walked on the moon. It is not his birthday. Darren Booth, okay. Same problem. Oh. Okay, correct. Okay, so basically those who got it wrong, you didn't read carefully. We are looking for his date of birth, not the date that he walked on the moon. I thought it's very obvious. So you got tricked. There are 2 dates here, and you simply put down the first date that you see. Okay, you do not do that. Please read. Armstrong was born in on August 5th, 1930. It's very obvious. Okay, so I think it's a very silly mistake, and if this happened in your test, that's it. 1 mark gone. Okay, next question. Early occupation. Armstrong's early occupation. Armstrong was a naval aviator from 1949 to 1952 and served in the Korean War. Armstrong got a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering from Purdue University in 1955. He then received a Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering from the University of Southern California in 1970. As a NASA test pilot, Armstrong flew the X-15, a rocket-powered, missile-shaped aircraft that tested the limits of high-altitude flight. He flew more than 200 different aircraft, from jets to gliders and even helicopters. So what is his early occupation? Okay, look at the text. What is his early occupation? Okay, come on. Okay, good. Okay, yes, all in. Very good. And the question. No changes in the legal part. Okay, 5 of you, congratulations. That's the answer, naval aviator. Okay, if you look at it, it's this. Armstrong was a naval aviator. So his early occupation was a naval aviator. How do you know it's early? You see, from 1949 to 1952. Okay? So it's earlier than the date that he walked on the moon. Right? Let's see what are all the incorrect answers. Engineering, Rabuya, he is never an engineer, according to the text. He studied engineering. It is what he studied. Okay, what he had studied in the university is engineering, but he's never an engineer, therefore engineering is the wrong answer. Oh, Shafika, you put in a naval aviator. That's actually correct as well. I guess I missed out the word in the alternative answer option. Yes, you are correct, Shafika. Darren Boone, X-15, please read carefully. X-15 is the name of the aircraft. X-15, a rocket-powered missile-shaped aircraft. Armstrong flew the X-15. He is not the X-15. How on earth can he be an aircraft? King Kong, Master of Science is the name of the program that he studied. He studied Master of Science. You see, he then received a Master of Science. So it's the name of his degree. It is not his early occupation. Okay, so we are good. Okay, Ye 1949 to 1952. This is year. It is the year. It is not his early occupation. Occupation means his job. Right? What did he do earlier on to earn a living? Right? We are not talking about the year, so therefore you are wrong. Okay, the rest all correct. Very good. Let's look at the next question. Date of moonwalk. We have a few more to go. Date of moonwalk. Apollo 11 was a space flight that landed Neil Armstrong on the moon. It lifted off from Florida's Cape Canaveral inside of vast crowds of people who camped there to watch the launch on July 16, 1969. The crew journeyed to the moon for 4 days, arriving on July 20. Armstrong explored the surface during a moonwalk that lasted for 2 hours and 36 minutes. He collected 22 kilograms of material from the surface of the moon, including 50 moon rocks, as well as deploying experiments and planting the United States of America flag. So what is his date of moonwalk? We're talking about date of the moonwalk, okay? And basically, also you can also get the answer from the first paragraph if you have remembered just now. So on what date did he walk on the moon? Date of moonwalk. Okay, waiting for Hong Yong and who is this? Amirul, I think. Okay, Hong Yong and Amirul. Answers, please. Alright, good. Okay, good. All in. Ouch! Only one person got it correct. I thought it's very obvious. Okay, it's quite obvious that the space flight was launched on July 16, 1969, and it took it 4 days to arrive on July 20. So he walked on July 20th, 1969. So July 20, 1969, that is correct. So let's see what are all the wrong answers. Kyung Ho, you got it correct. That's right. You have the year. Shafiq, Sylvia, Yetze, Rabuya, Darren, Shafika, Kinkol, and Amirul. Your problem is you put 20 July without the year. If there's no year, then it is not a complete date. For example, if I ask you what is the date today, you're going to say it's 19th November 2020. So you need the year to make it the date. So without the year, it could mean July 20th, 2020. Okay, and that is wrong. We are not asking for anniversary. Anniversary, when is the anniversary of the moonwalk? Yes, you can say it is on the 20th July without mentioning the year. But we are talking about the date. So for the date, you need to have the year. And Hong Yong, you got trick. July 16 is the date of the rocket, the space flight launch. Okay, launch on July 16. Right, it has just taken off from Earth on July 16. It has not landed on the moon yet. So therefore, July 16, 1969 is definitely wrong. Okay, good. Most of you are almost there. But it's quite a silly mistake for not putting in the year for a date. Alright, total days of journey from Earth to the moon. Okay? You can look at the text. Total days of journey from the Earth to the moon. Apollo 11 was a space flight that landed Neil Armstrong on the moon. It lifted off from Florida's Cape Canaveral in sight of vast crowds of people who came there to watch the launch on July 16, 1969. The crew journeyed to the moon for 4 days, arriving on July 20. Armstrong explored the surface during a moonwalk that lasted for 2 hours and 36 minutes. He collected 22 kilograms of material from the surface of the moon, including 50 moon rocks, as well as deploying experiments and planting the United States of America flag. So, how many days, or the total number of days of journey from the Earth to the moon? So, how many days does it take to go from the Earth to the moon? Hong Yong, Shafika, King Kong, and Amirul, please respond. Okay, Shafika, King Kong, Amirul. Good. King Kong. Alright, good, Shafika. Alright, very good. All in. Let's end the question. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Okay, no changes. Very good. Most of you got it correct except for one person. Let's see. 4 days, 4 days, 4 days, all correct. Okay, then what's the wrong answer? 50 moon. Who on earth put down 50 moon? Darren, how on earth can it be 50 moon? It collected 50 moon rocks. Please read carefully. Including 50 moon rocks. It's not the number of days that it took from him to go, for the journey to the moon. Alright, you see, the crew journeyed to the moon for 4 days. So it means that the total number of days of journey from Earth to the moon is 4 days. Nothing to do with the 50 moon rocks. Okay? It's very obvious. Okay, next. Name of space flight should be easy. I'm not going to read this. Look at it yourself. Name of space flight should be very easy. I can find it immediately on the screen. Make sure you spell it correctly, yeah? Okay. Waiting for Yeze and Darren. Yeze and Darren, what is the name of the space flight? Should be very easy. Okay, Darren, we are waiting for you. Don't worry, take your time, but don't take too long, yeah? You have 50 seconds left. Okay, Darren, 30 seconds left, Darren. Okay. Darren? Yo, Darren, this is a very easy question. Why did you skip the question? Okay, all of you got correct. It's Apollo 11. No need for me to explain this then. Okay, Darren, you have to answer the questions, yeah? Okay, next. Last question, I think. Yep, the last question. Date of death. When is Neil Armstrong date of death? Armstrong retired from NASA in 1971 and remained active in the aerospace community, although he chose to keep mostly out of public spotlight. Armstrong died on August 25, 2012 at the age of 82. On August 7, 2012, 2 days after Armstrong turned 82 years old, he underwent coronary bypass surgery. Complications from that surgery resulted in his death in August 25th, 2012. Okay, should be very easy. Alright, good. Good. Darren, we are all waiting for you. Come on, Darren Boone, you can do it. Answer, please, Darren. When is Armstrong's date of death? Oh, sorry, Daniel, the words are blurred. But it is my best scanning device ready that I've used. I think should be okay then. Alright, I mean it's a bit blur, but yeah. Maybe I need to sharpen the image next time. Okay. Darren? Are you responding, Darren? We are basically waiting for your answer, so please respond. Well, if you skip easy question, you basically just lost 1 mark without even trying. Okay. That's it. 1 mark gone, Darren. Okay, good. No changes. What person got it wrong? How can you get it wrong? The date was mentioned twice when he died. Okay, correct. I didn't see any wrong answer there. Let me go through. Okay, basically I've seen that. Oh, Sylvia, please read the year carefully. It's 2012, not 2015. Okay, Armstrong did not become a ghost and live until like from 2012 to 2015. He's not a ghost, okay? So he died on 2012, August 25th, 2012, not 2015. All right, Sylvia, so that cost you 1 mark, although this is a very easy question. Okay, that's it for part 2. We are moving on to the second last part, part 3. Now, part 3 is a comprehension of extended text. It is similar to part 3 in the new SPM, except for the question format. All right, in your case, you need to answer the question. But for SPM, the new SPM is a 4-option multiple choice questions, which is actually much more difficult because the answers are normally very, very close. Okay? So it's actually much more difficult when you have multiple choice questions. Right? But in your case, it's easier because you can find the answer. And the other difference would be the level of the text, the level of the language. All right, so let's look at the text. Okay, some of you might complain it's a bit blurred, but those who can read it, can you read it for us? Daniel has read it. Hong Yong cannot read. Okay, Yezi, do you mind reading this for us? Yezi, can you read this for us? Yezi? No? Okay. Why not? Darren, can you read this for us, Darren? Darren? Darren, can you read this for us? No response. Okay, Rabuya has problem with the mic just now. Amirul? No. Ayo, why not? Shafika, I think has problem just now as well. Okay, Shafiq, can you help us? Yes, I'm asking Shafiq. Teacher, read lah. Okay, Shafiq, can you help us read? Thank you, Shafiq. Why I don't want to read? Because you'll be tired hearing my voice throughout the whole thing. Okay, so Shafiq, help us read this. Read the title as well, yeah, Shafiq, is important. Okay, I'm waiting, Shafiq.
Hello?
Yep, can hear you. Nice and clear.
Technology prediction for one world in 2050. When we think about 2050, it seems like it is age from now and we imagine a completely different world, but in reality, it's just 30 years from now. We may probably know what will possible to have by that time. We have a lot of environmental and social problems. So let us see how technology may solve them by 2050. According to Business Insider, space tourism could be feasible in 2050, but likely only for the very wealthy. Rocket companies like Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Elon Musk SpaceX will push the envelope with space travel enough that tourism will be feasible in the year 2050. For example, someone who could afford to pay 100 million could spend a week in the orbit, but it will only be for rich people in 2050. It is not going to be something that is cheap anytime soon. Done.
No, continue. You have the next page. There's 2 more paragraphs to go.
Moreover, it is said that people can charge their iPhone with the power of a plant. Forests can become the energy station of the future. Now it is becoming possible. For example, Blue Blue is a clean tech company capable of generating electricity from plant photosynthesis. Apart from that, it is also predicted that ocean thermal energy can take us to 100% renewable energy. Ocean thermal energy. It's a largely untapped resource and one of the world's largest renewable energy sources. For example, Blue Rise is working on creating an energy breakthrough by generating utility scale electricity through ocean thermal energy conversion. It will be able to outcompete fossil fuel-based generation. It will play a crucial role in the future, being one of the very few constant energy sources available day and night year-round.
Okay,
In
continue.
addition, half of current jobs in the world are unlikely to exist in 2050. The world is changing faster than we think, and the way we learn things and what we learn should be changed. Employees should create an engaging learning culture at work by empowering their staff to take ownership of their professional development. There is a huge demand for developers in Europe, yet most information technology (IT) education is solely available in English, with 24 official languages spoken in Europe alone. It is not surprising that non-active English speakers prefer to learn in their own language. However, you can start seeing many coding academies, school, and universities focus only on training junior developers for specific company demand, being it a language or a practice. Even though this problem will not be solved by 2020, with this new IT, university, and academy, we can fix the situation by 2050.
All right, very good, Shafiq. I like your intonation and your pace of reading. That's good. Okay, so I hope all of you have followed Shafiq's reading. And we are going to look at the next question. Okay, so this is quite a long text. So what you need to do is to choose no more than 5 words and or a number from the text for each answer. Remember, no more than 5 words and or a number. Okay, for each question, type your answer in the space provided. So basically, you get all the words and the numbers from the text. So no more than 5 words and or a number from the text for each answer. Okay, so if you are ready, this is the first question. Should be easy. We may think that 2030 is ages from now, but in reality, it is only, so fill in the blank. When we think about 2050, it seems like it is ages from now, and we imagine a completely different world. But in reality, it is just 30 years from now. We may probably know what will be possible to have by that time. We have a lot of environmental and social problems, so let us see how technology may solve them by 2050. So we may think that 2050 is ages from now, but in reality, it is only fill in the blank. Okay, only Shafiq is done. What about the rest of you? Okay, good. Okay.
Welcome. Okay.
Did someone accidentally switch on the microphone? Oh, Shafiq, your mic is still on.
Sorry.
No problem, Shafiq, that's fine. Okay, one more. Who's this? Hong Yong. Answer, please, Hong Yong. 30 seconds left. Hong Yong? Okay, done. Good. Hands up. Okay. Very good. 7 of you got it correct. Let's see what are the wrong answer. Tiong Ho, why you cannot have the word just? Because you already have the word only in the question. But in reality, it is only just. You don't say only just. You use either one. Since only is there already, you cannot put in the word just. And King Kong, please see your spelling again. It's 30, not thirsty. You don't have thirsty years. The years cannot be thirsty. The year cannot be hungry as well. So there's no such thing as thirsty years. Okay, it is 30. That's why you are wrong. Okay. Yet, imagine a completely different world. Okay, we may think that 2050 is ages from now, but in reality, it is only imagine a completely different world. It doesn't even match in, okay? Right, yeah, so it doesn't even match in. So you have taken the wrong part of that sentence. All right, those who put in 30 years, yes, you are correct as well. So it's either 30 years or 30 years from now. Okay? The standard answer is 30 years from now. All right, so let's move on. Next question. In 2050, space tourism may be possible, but only according to Business Insider, space tourism could be feasible in 2050, but likely only for the very wealthy. Rocket companies like Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Elon Musk SpaceX will push the envelope with space travel enough that tourism will be feasible in the year 2050. For example, someone who could afford to pay 100 million could spend a week in the orbit, but it would only be for rich people in 2050. It is not going to be something that is cheap anytime soon. So in 2050, space tourism may be possible, but only fill in the blank. Remember, no more than 5 words and or a number. Okay, take your time. You have 70 seconds left. Okay, good. Good. Waiting for King Kong and who's this? King Kong and Hong Yong. Okay, Hong Yong. Nice. All done. Within a minute. So let's see. Okay, Shafiq has moved up. Nice. Very good. Most of you got it correct for the very wealthy. Let's see what is wrong. For the very wealthy, correct. For the very wealthy, for the very wealthy, for the very wealthy, for the very wealthy. Okay. But only okay, Shafika, but only B for rich people. So the extra word be there is not necessary. In fact, it makes the sentence wrong in terms of grammar. So I cannot say but only be for rich people. It should be but only for rich people. Okay, Darren Boone. Yes, wealthy is part of the keyword, but you need the other stuff to fit in the sentence. You cannot say in 2050 space tourism may be possible, but only wealthy. How can space tourism wealthy? Right. It doesn't make sense, okay? But only for rich people, for the very wealthy, okay. So that's correct. There are a few alternatives. You can say for the very wealthy, for the wealthy, for rich people, for wealthy people. Okay, that's fine. All right. So let's move on. But the standard answer is for the very wealthy because it's directly from the text. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. According to Business Insider, space tourism could be feasible in 2050, but likely only for the very wealthy. Rocket companies like Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Elon Musk SpaceX will push the envelope with space travel enough that tourism will be feasible in the year 2050. For example, someone who could afford to pay 100 million could spend a week in the orbit, but it would only be for rich people in 2050. It is not going to be something that is cheap anytime soon. How long may a rich person be able to spend time in space in the future? They may be able to spend blank. Okay, look at the question carefully. It said how long. So how long may a rich person be able to spend time in space in the future? They may be able to spend blank. Okay, keyword is how long may they spend time in space. Okay, alright, good. You're waiting for 2 more. Darren and Hong Yong. Okay, 1 more. Darren. Don't skip the question, yeah, Darren. Not attempting the question when you give up, it means that you just lost a mark. if it is a test. And in this case, this is a quiz, so you just lost out the points. Come on, Darren, I know you know the answer. Sorry, people are having a headache actually. Okay, Darren. Okay. Sorry, Darren, you just lost 1 mark. Wow, very good. All of you got it correct. They may be able to spend a week. Okay, so that is the standard answer. So let's see what are all the different answers. A week in the orbit, a week in the orbit. Yep, that's right. So you can either say a week in the orbit or just a week. Okay? So let's move on to the next question.
Teacher.
Yes, yes. What is it?
Can you pause the time?
Like now?
Because I need to take care of my niece. Wait
Like now? Oh, okay.
Wait.
Alright, I'm pausing the time. Alright, moreover, it is said that people could charge their iPhones with the power of a plant. Forests can become the energy stations of the future. Now it is becoming possible, for example, Bio, a clean tech company capable of generating electricity from plants photosynthesis. Apart from that, it is also predicted that ocean thermal energy can take us to 100% renewable energy. Ocean thermal energy is a largely untapped resource and one of the world's largest renewable energy sources. For example, Blue Rise is working on creating an energy breakthrough by generating utility-scale electricity through ocean thermal energy conversion. It will be able to outcompete fossil fuel-based generation. It will play a crucial role in the future, being one of the very constant energy sources available day and night year-round. Okay, so people could charge their iPhone with what? So fill in the blank. Okay? Daniel, is your niece okay? Don't worry, your friend has not answered yet.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel, are you ready to answer the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Mama, put your papers.
Alright, very good. Thank you, Daniel, for answering the question.
Welcome.
Okay, so let us end the question. Your niece sounds cute. Yeah, I can hear it. Your microphone is still on. Okay, Sylvia, let's move up the leaderboard. Very good. 8 of you got it correct. Only 2 got it wrong. So let's see what's wrong with your answer. Okay, so the answer is the power of a plant. So basically, you get it directly from the first sentence. Could charge their iPhones with the power of a plant. Okay? Okay. Shafiq, the power of plant. That's a possible answer if you put plants in plural, the power of plants. Okay, King Kong, the same thing as well. You miss out the word so it should be the power of a plant, not the power of plant. Okay, you see the power of a plant, 5 words, just nice. Right, so the power of plant, yeah, it's possible if I put plants with the S, plural. Okay, but I have to make sure that the word plants is in the text. Okay, so let's move on. So basically all of you understood this question. Okay, but I did not. Okay, next question. What could be the future energy stations? What could be the future energy stations? That's the question. Alright. Moreover, it is said that people could charge their iPhones with the power of a plant. Forests can become the energy stations of the future. Now, it is becoming possible. For example, Bio is a clean tech company capable of generating electricity from plants' photosynthesis. Apart from that, it is also predicted that ocean thermal energy can take us to 100% renewable energy. Ocean thermal energy is a largely untapped resource and one of the world's largest renewable energy sources. For example, Blue Rise is working on creating an energy breakthrough by generating utility-scale electricity through ocean thermal energy conversion. It will be able to outcompete and fossil fuel-based generation. It will play a crucial role in the future, being one of the very constant energy sources available day and night, year-round. Okay, so what could be the future energy stations? Okay, waiting for, who is this? Amirul, I think. Amirul, we are waiting for your answer. Amirul, better be quick. 5 seconds left. You might not be in time. Time's up. Really sorry. Okay. Forest. Bingo. Let's see what's the incorrect answer. Right, so basically the one that's not correct, you got confused. Darren, you got confused by ocean thermal energy. 3 wrong, but I only got 1 correct. Let me see who else. Oh, okay, King Kong and Hong Yong, your forest is without the S. Okay, so let us look at the text again. Forests can become the energy stations of the future. So forest is plural with the S, not singular form without the S. Okay, so that is a mistake. And the other person, Darren Boone, you got confused with the ocean thermal energy. All right, the word here is energy stations. If you look, it said forests can become the energy stations of the future. A paraphrase of this would be future energy stations. So the answer is forest. We're not talking about the ocean thermal energy yet. Okay? So let us move on to the next question. One of the world's largest renewable energy sources is... Okay, read it yourself. I read this text twice already. Okay, so one of the world's largest renewable energy sources is... Should be easy. Okay. Shafiq, Yezi, and King Kong. Daniel, do you need me to pause the time? Okay, very good. All done. Okay. Very good. Ocean thermal energy. 8 of you got it correct. What are the wrong answer? Okay, let us review. Hong Yong, you missed out the word energy. One of the world's largest renewable energy sources is ocean thermal. Ocean thermal by itself, Hong Yong and Rabuya, is not complete. So you need to complete it with the word energy. Ocean thermal energy. That is the full name. If you look at the text, it said ocean thermal energy is a largely untapped resource and one of the world's largest renewable energy sources. So you need to put in the full form, ocean thermal energy, not just ocean thermal. Okay, ocean thermal itself is incomplete. Okay, let's move on. Many jobs at present will no longer what? In addition, half of current jobs in the world are unlikely to exist in 2050. The world is changing faster than we think, and the way we learn things and what we learn should be changed. Employers should create an engaging learning culture at work by empowering their staff to take ownership of their professional development. There is a huge demand for developers in Europe. Yet, most information technology IT education is solely available in English. With 24 official languages spoken in Europe alone, it is no surprise that non-native English speakers prefer to learn in their own language. However, you can start seeing many coding academies, schools, and universities focus only on training junior developers for specific companies' demand, being it a language or a practice. Even though this problem would not be solved by 2020, with these new IT universities and academies, we can fix the situation by 2050. So many jobs at present will no longer what? Okay. Alright. Those who have not answered better be quick. Yet, Darren, King Kong, and Amirul. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, good. Yet, Darren, Amirul. Time's up. Who has left? Okay, will no longer exist in 2050. 3 of you got it correct, 4 of you got it wrong. So I need to discuss. Okay, Shafiq, you're almost correct except for the word exist. It must be without the S because of the word will. I've mentioned this before when we are doing error correction. After modal verb will, the word exist is in the base form, so no S. Will no longer changing. Rabuya, if you say will no longer changing, means jobs will be static. They will be the same, which is the direct opposite actually. Okay, correct, correct. Will no longer charged. Sylvia, how can jobs charge? Right, it doesn't make sense at all, Sylvia. King Kong, you have the same problem as Shafiq just now. Will no longer exist. You are correct actually, but you must not add in the S. You don't add the S in because of the word will. So after will, you use the base form of the verb. So exist without the S. Okay, so let's move on. Employers should enable their staff to take ownership of their professional development so that blank at work could be created. I'm not going to read it. Look at it yourself. This is the last question for the comprehension part. The other two questions later will be on vocabulary. Okay, so last chance to redeem yourself for this particular section. So employers should enable their staff to take ownership of their professional development so that blank at work could be created. So basically for this question, basically this question is a paraphrase of the original question. Of the text. It's a paraphrase of that sentence. Try to find the word employers. Try to find the word professional development, ownership of the professional development. The answer is there. But like I said, the question is a paraphrase of the text. So you need to identify the correct phrase to fill in the blank. Okay, Darren, Hong Yong, Shafika, Rabuya, Yezi, King Kong. What has left of the thing? Okay, Darren and Yezi. Cho Yezi. Okay, looks like Darren has left the meeting. Okay, Cho Yezi. Time's up. Too bad. Okay. Ouch, so many incorrect answer. Okay, engaging learning culture, that is the correct answer. Let's see what's wrong with the rest. So that engaging culture at work could be created. Okay, Shafi, engaging culture is almost correct, but what type of culture? It's a learning culture. Tian Ho, that's correct. Correct. Shafika, learning culture at work could be created. Learning culture is already at the workplace, but it's not engaging enough because it is not driven by the employees. Okay? It's not driven by the staff. So the word engaging must be there. Rabuya, so that staff at work could be created. Staff are already at work. We are talking about the engaging learning culture. Engaging culture at work, Mamiro, I think you have the same problem as Shafiq. What culture? Okay, so it's not complete. Engaging culture, it could be what? Engaging eating culture, engaging talking culture, engaging communication culture. What culture are we talking about? Right, so the word learning, engaging learning culture must be there. Okay, so let's move on to the vocabulary section. Write a word from the text that has the same meaning as a forecast. To help you out, I've identified the correct part of the text. Okay? Which word from this part of the text has the same meaning as a forecast? I can't see you. You can go and Google it up if you do not know what's a forecast. Or you can think of other words that are similar. For example, like every evening you will hear news of the weather forecast, maybe. You know what's a weather forecast, right? The weatherman will tell you that, okay, tomorrow there will be rain in Kuching, but the weather will be sunny in Miri. So that is a weather forecast. So which word in this text has the same meaning as a forecast? And notice we are talking about a word, so only one word. Okay, only Sylvia's responded. The rest of you, better be quick. Alright, only one word. Come on, come on, come on. Thirty seconds left. Shafiq, Shafika, Rabuya, King Kong, Amirul, please respond. The faster you respond, the faster you can finish the class. Aiyo, not in time. Why?
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. My niece disturbed me.
It's okay, Daniel. All of you got it incorrect. We really need to discuss this then. Okay, what's your answer? Feasible is another word for possible. Possible. Feasible means possible. It doesn't mean forecast. Tourism also doesn't mean forecast. Orbit does not mean forecast as well. Okay, the answer is in the title. Technology prediction for our world in 2050. So the word is prediction. Prediction. Like I said, if you remember the word weather forecast, you will know that in a weather forecast, you are trying to predict what is the weather for the future. Like what is it going to be like tomorrow? Is it going to rain? Is it going to be sunny? So that is a prediction. A weather forecast is a weather prediction. You said predict the weather, right? So that is a weather forecast. So if you apply that same concept, you will notice that there's the word prediction here. So technology prediction, we're talking about technology forecast for the year 2050. So the word is prediction to mean forecast. Okay? Let's move on to the next vocabulary word. The next vocabulary question. Should be easy. Write a word from the text that has the same meaning as of great importance. So it's this part of the text. I've helped you identify the text already. So write a word from the text that has the same meaning as of great importance. Of great importance. Which word? Only one word. That means of great importance. Come on. 1 minute left. Okay, Sylvia, Darren, Amirul, King Kong, Rabuya. Alright, good. Waiting for one more, two more. Okay, I think Darren's already missing. Alright, King Kong. King Kong, are you there? Alright, good. I think Darren already missing, right? He seems to be missing from the Google Meet. Okay, I'll ignore Darren then. Okay, time's up. Okay. Ouch, only 2 of you got it correct. That's right, the answer is crucial. Energy does not mean important. Okay. Utility scale does not mean important. Conversion doesn't mean important as well. You guys are simply guessing an army rule. Largely untaped, those are 2 words. You only need 1 word. Look at it. A word. A word means 1 word. Feasible, Sylvia, I've explained earlier. Feasible means possible. It doesn't mean important. Alright, as Rabuya, capable does not mean important. Capable means you are able to do something. Significant. Significant is possible. Wait, let me find. Where's the word significant? Unfortunately, I can't find the word significant in this text. Can you? Of great importance could mean significant, but the word significant is not in the text. King Kong, therefore that cannot be the answer. Okay? It must come from the text, not from the dictionary. Right? So let's move on to the last part of the test, or I mean of the reading paper. Now in the last part is a gap text. And this is, I would say, almost or exactly the same as what you have in your upcoming SPM in the year 2022. Except that the one at the SPM level is much more difficult. It's a much longer text. It is not so short. Okay, but actually it's easier if it's a longer text. I don't know lah. I think it's easier if it's a longer text. Okay, when it's a shorter text, then it's a slightly more difficult because the blanks are so close to each other. So this is a gap text. What do we mean by a gap text? It's something like this. Okay, so you're going to read an article about satellite navigation. So six sentences have been removed from the article. Choose from the sentences A to H to fit each gap. There are 2 extra sentences which you do not need to use. For each question, type your answer in the space provided. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And you have to fit in the blank. It might be a bit difficult for you to do it here now. Okay, let me see how. All right, this is the blank. Unless you want to copy out the sentences first, or I don't know, screenshot it first so you can refer to it. Because later on, when you look at the question, you just need to fill in quickly already. Okay, so this is the text. These are the answer. Okay. Would you guys want to move on to the question? Can I move on to the question?
Yes.
All right, I'll move on to the question. I think I've given you 2 minutes for each question, so you should have enough time. You can zoom in as well. So for gap 35, okay, it's a bit small. Will you be able to answer this, or do you want to do this later?
Do this later, teacher. Later.
Do this later, so I will extract out this part and put it as a, maybe I'll just send it to the group so that you will just answer it in we'll call that in your in WhatsApp and send the answer back to me. Okay? Can? If that's the case, I'll skip all the questions for this part. I think it's a bit difficult for you to do it. Alright, later. Can? Okay, later. Good. Like that, I will end this question. Okay, so we'll basically skip all this part. This is slide number 53. So I will move on directly to the last part. 53, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oops, it's still the question? Oh no. Okay. So minus part 5. How easy or difficult are the questions in this quiz? Okay. Minus part 5, because you have not done part 5 yet. Right, have all of you responded? Good to see that most of you think that is either easy or very easy. Only 2 of you think that is difficult. Right, so Darren missing, so I'll just move on. Thanks for the poll. Alright, good to see that most of you think that it's either easy or very easy. Okay, if you think it's difficult, you might want to review the whole lesson, like redo the quiz again later when I send you the link. Okay, I have another poll. Do you enjoy today's lesson? Well, you can answer no if you want. I'm not going to force you to answer yes. Alright, all in except Darren. Thank you for responding to this. Anyone wants to change answer? I guess not. Okay. I'm glad that you enjoyed today's lesson. So I will do similar things again next week. Okay, Hong Yong said he enjoyed the lesson a bit lah. Why a bit only? Alright, so later you need to tell me how I can improve the lesson, okay? Alright, so what can I do to improve today's lesson? Maybe you think I shouldn't talk too much. Let me know as well. Alright, this is important. Otherwise, I'll be doing the same thing for the next 3 weeks. Okay, Sylvia said no need to improve. So I guess that is good already. A bit difficult. Right, Hong Yong says a bit difficult. Yeah, I understand the questions might be a bit difficult, but this is how the question goes at your level, at your standard. I cannot give you primary 6 standard stuff, right? Okay, I think it's good already. Thanks for that. Make the time more longer because I need more time to think. Okay, Rabuya, I will make the time longer. But you could have requested for me to pause the timer just now, like what Daniel has done. Okay, I'm trying to time it so that it is not too long. If it is too long, then all of you will be falling asleep in front of the monitor, especially for those who have answered the question. Don't ask me to read the text. Amirul, why not? I miss hearing your voice. Okay, so that's why I ask people to read the text. Why not me read all the time? Otherwise, you say, this Miss Cole, she dominated the whole lesson. She didn't give me a chance to talk. I want to talk, I'm dying to talk. Young said, no need to improve. Very good, yeah, okay, thanks for that. Class in midnight. Shafi, you want a class in midnight? There's a few reasons why I do not want to change the time of the class, because number one, it is fixed according to the schedule that the school has given out or before the second phase of the MCO. Okay, and the other reason is because if I simply change the time of the class, it might clash with what other teachers want. Like, you know, it might clash with other teachers' class, right? Some of the other teachers might want to do a live class as well. And number three, if I put a class at midnight, no one's going to attend it. And number four, I'm actually taking attendance for the class, and I need to key in the attendance. Latest would be sometime today. So if I have it at midnight, it'll be out of my time. So, out of my time slot. So it's not possible. All right, sorry about that, Shafiq. Okay. Yetzer, if you would like to respond, you still have some time to respond. Okay, if not, I will move on. Yetzer, would you want to respond? Okay, I guess not. All right. Okay, the next question is very important. I'm trying to do a survey of how you would like to sit for your online test. Okay, the upcoming year-end English test will contain both the reading and writing components. How would you like to take the test? On Google Form, or photos of the question are sent through WhatsApp. Then you answer them on and take photo and send it back to me. Answer them on a piece of paper, take photo and send it back to me. Or if you have any other methods, please tell me. Please let me know. Okay? I'm trying to do a survey so that I'll see what is comfortable for you. I know it might be a bit frightening to take an online test, but actually taking an online test is easier, especially during the pandemic. Otherwise, we could not guarantee that you'll be safe in school. Safe from COVID-19. So therefore, the school has decided to have an online test. How would you like to take the test? Okay, most of you said on Google Form. Actually, it's half-half. The other half said on WhatsApp. Okay, I cannot guarantee that this will be the method that we'll be using, but I will let the English panel know so that, well, they will decide on how they want to conduct it. Maybe both modes is possible. Okay, maybe we'll just use both modes. We'll see how. All right, so I guess that is the end of today's lesson. Oh, the last part. All right, and another last part. This is for you to give me any issues, comments, feedback, questions. If there's anything at all, please ask now so that I can explain to you immediately. Okay? Thank you for tea. No. Okay, if you have questions, please ask, especially about the test, so I can explain. I want to eat. Okay, King Kong, you can go ahead and eat. Are you going to have banana milkshake? Okay, Hong Yong said, thanks. All right. Thank you as well for attending today's class. Okay, if you have any issues, comments, feedback, questions, please let me know. Okay, I will send the photo for the last task, so please send it back to me on WhatsApp. Do I need a password ID for the Google form? No, I'm not sure how they're setting the Google form. Normally, we will set it with an email address. So you might need to use your Google Classroom email address to log onto the Google form. So yes, you need the password if we are using the Google Classroom ID. Okay, thanks for teaching. Yes, thank you, Yezi, for attending the class. Right, thank you, Shafi. You're giving me 5 stars. I'm giving you 10 stars for attending today's class and being very cooperative and participate in today's lesson. And thanks again, Shafiq, for helping us to read the text, especially when it's a long text. Okay, so for those of you, I'm going back to Rabuya's question. For those of you who do not have your Google Classroom ID, please ask your form teacher. Your form teacher should have it. Okay? Or if you have Mr. Boon's contact, you can ask him directly. All right. If there is no other question, I will end today's class. Okay? And let us review on who is the... All right. So if you can still look at the screen. Okay, our top 3 today, the top 3 scorers for today, Tiong Ho, Sylvia, Shafiq, followed by Hong Yong, Rabuya. Very good, you guys are in the top 5. Yezi, Shafika, King Kong, Amirul, and Darren Boone. Very good. You guys have put in a lot of effort for today's class. And that's all for today. Thank you very much.